Okay, we'll go ahead and start. So good afternoon and welcome to the session on DL migration. Here is, my name is Siva Shanmugam. I'm a program manager specifically focusing on DL migration to get your DLs into Office 365 groups. And I have with me lovely Ramachandra. She is the engineering manager. She also focuses on DL migration. So our mission is to get all of you into Office 365 groups from DLs. So throughout this presentation, I'll be referring to distribution groups as DLs and Office 365 groups to groups, DLs to groups. So that's what I'll be talking about. So as part of the agenda today, I will walk you through on why you should migrate from DLs to groups. And we have worked on a few tools, and we'll introduce you to the tools. You might be already using that. Some of you, if you're not using it, we'll show the demo of the tools that are available. And we'll also talk about the roadmap, a little bit about the roadmap on where we are with respect to the DL parity features and on groups. So why migrate, right? So in the last few months, we have seen a big uptake on Office 365 groups usage. More than 1 million users are using actively Office 365 groups on a daily basis, right? So there is a huge uptake, and I've put in like 4 main bullet points, which the top 4 reasons on why you should migrate from DLs to groups. And there are many other reasons as well, which we can talk about it if you visit our groups booth. So the first thing is like the searchable history and context. Groups, they have a dedicated mailbox. It's a shared mailbox, and any member of the groups can access that mailbox at any time. What it means is if you have a new member joining the group, they already have the context and history. They don't lose any context and history. So that is available for all the users. And it's public by default. One of the things that we did was we made groups public by default against DLs which are closed by default. What it means is like any employee in your organization, they'll be able to go and search for the content, and they'll be able to view the content and able to use that information. So information sharing and knowledge sharing becomes part of groups. And at the same time, you will be able to create some private groups if needed. If you want to protect the data, you'll be able to go and create private groups. But all the groups are created public by default. And self-service, basically, like all the groups can be created by any employee in your organization. So if you don't block the group creation for any of your employees, you'll be able to, any employee in your organization can just go create groups and manage it themselves. And finally, I've put one more point here. It's a single identity which gives you capability not only on conversations, but also on calendar invites, files, OneNote, and so many other capabilities that will come in very soon. So we'll basically, we'll show you a couple of demos as part of this session to start with, and then we'll go into many more other demos. So in the next 15 minutes, we'll show you as many demos as possible, because we have a number of tools that will help you migrate your groups, DLs to groups. So the first one will be on a script that will allow you to migrate multiple DLs to groups in one shot. And the second demo that we'll show you is from Exchange Admin Center, where you'll be able to migrate a DL with a single click. Okay. So just wanted to touch upon this, that we have heard your feedback. Last year, there was a lot of feedback on, hey, how do we migrate our DLs? It is a manual process. It's very it's not a clean process. We have to do a lot of things ourselves. Is there an easy way to do this? And what we have come up with is 2 options for you. One is from using a script, which you can execute from PowerShell. And the second one is from Exchange Admin Center. Just a single click to migrate your distribution list to groups. So Lovely now will actually walk us through the demo. So we'll go into PowerShell. Yeah, we'll actually walk you through on the hybrid environment as well. So this script that we are talking about is only for cloud DLs, migrating your cloud DLs. And the Exchange Admin Center option is also for migrating your cloud DLs only. And on the hybrid, we have a different tool, which we'll talk about. So on the so basically, what we have done is there is a toolkit for the script, and the toolkit can be downloaded from the download center. Okay, so we've already downloaded the toolkit. It comes with 4 files. A couple of files you'll need to copy it to Windows PowerShell modules folder, and then there are 2 other scripts that you can see here. So what we have done is, as part of the script migration, we have made it a 2-step process. The first step will actually give you a list of eligible DLs, eligible and not eligible DLs, all of them, and then it will output a file. The reason why we did that is you have the opportunity to inspect what is there in your organization, how many DLs are there in your organization, what exactly is something that you want to migrate, and then you can feed in that file into the second script, which will actually do the conversion. So we'll first execute the get eligibility list script, which will actually give you a list of distribution lists in your organization. And while this is running, this is going to take some time. We'll look at the output of the script. So we have already run the script. This is the output that you will see from the script. And what is there in this file is, like, you'll have multiple rows. Each row represents a distribution group. And it'll the primary thing is that it will actually show you which DLs are eligible and what is the reason if they are not eligible. So if you look at this entire set of files, some of them are not eligible, some of them are eligible, and some of them will show information. Okay, so if it is eligible, you will be fine to migrate those DLs. If it is not eligible, then it will give you a reason on why it is not eligible. So as far as groups are concerned, there are certain features that we have still not enabled. For example, nested membership groups is one of them, or the on-premise or hybrid DLs, which is not supported by the script. So in those cases, it will say it is not eligible, and then it will tell you what the reason is. And there is an information information row as well. So what it basically means is, for this DL, the DL was originally created as a closed DL. It has join and depart restrictions, and so it gives an information. And if you want to convert this DL, we will convert it into a private group. That's what the script will do. Okay. So we'll go back to the PowerShell window, and what we have done is we have already selected a few DLs that we want to migrate. We have removed all the other DLs we do not want to migrate because it will take a long time to migrate them. You want to show that file? Sure. And we will try to convert those DLs. And this process is also going to take some time because we have a few DLs to migrate. So what we will do is we will show you from the Exchange Admin Center what you can do to do the same thing. You can migrate a DL to a group with a single click from here. So we'll select one of the DLs. So if you look at this screen, you have this in this page. You have a bunch of distribution lists and Office 365 groups. And Loveleen has picked one of the distribution group, and she is going to click on this migrate icon. And as soon as she clicks on that, it will pop up a confirmation dialog. So once you click on that confirmation dialog, it's actually going to start the migration. And on this page, if you look at it, we have a banner here. This banner was introduced recently to help you learn more about Office 365 groups. And you can actually click on this learn more about Office 365 groups link, and you can go to the documentation. And we are actively updating the documentation on any new features that come out. So you can use that information to learn more and start using groups. So looks like the migration has completed. So you can see that the group type changed from distribution group to Office 365 groups. And it's that easy, actually. It's one click, few seconds, you migrate it. And if you open up the group, Lovely, and if you open up the group, actually we'll show you that the members are retained and the SMTP address is still the same, and all the members of the DL is retained in the group. So the conversion script has already executed here, and you can see that there is, can you open up Exchange Admin Center? And if she refreshes the screen, there's a whole bunch of DLs that we migrated. So we migrated all the session 1, if you go to the next page. So we migrated all the session 1 DLs into Office 365 groups. All of them now show up as Office 365 groups. Okay, and if you go to Outlook Web Access, for the same, for any of the members, when they access these groups or when they go to check their email, and on the left navigation bar, you will see all of those groups showing up here. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next set of demos. So in the next set of demos, what we want to show you is actually 3 things. One is, how to use Exchange Admin Center to create Office 365 groups. This is a new feature that we created. And also look at how to migrate your on-prem DLs using a tool called Hummingbird tool. So this tool was demoed last year, and I want to explain how you can use this tool to basically migrate on-premise DLs to groups. And we will also show you a feature on how to add members from a DL into a group. So if you want to retain your, if you don't want to retain the same SMTP address or the alias or the display name of the DL in the group, then you can always add the members of the DL to another group and start using that. So we'll now show you a demo of the creation of the Office 365 group. You can see that there is a new option available in the drop-down. When you click on the plus icon, there is an Office 365 group option. So once you click on that, it will bring up a dialog where you can enter the display name. And it's very simple. It's similar to how you created groups from Outlook Web Access or Outlook itself. And you can just put the display name, and you can keep most of the values the same, and then click on Save. So it's going to take some time. Once you clicked on this, once the group is created, it will take you to the panel where you can add members. You can add members, and then you can start using the groups. Okay, so here is where you add members, and then you're good to go. And recently we introduced another feature. So if you start creating a distribution group, if you click on the distribution group option, it'll actually show you an Office 365 group dialog. We did this just to remind you that there is an option for you to create the Office 365 group. So if you and also one other thing that we did was, if you scroll down, you have subscription enabled for this particular dialog. What it means is, so if you go and create an Office 365 group from this dialog, then the group that is created will have subscription turned on. So it will behave just like a group. And we think that people can create the group, and then they can start using it like a DL. And once you get accustomed with the group concept, or once the members or the users find out more information about groups, they'll also find that the groups are available in their left nav bar. They can just start using groups, and then they can unsubscribe if they want to. So that's the goal. And if you still want to create the distribution group, you can click here, and then you can go ahead and create a distribution group. Okay, so we'll move on to the Hummingbird tool, and I'll explain you how you can do the migration in an on-premise environment. If you have, sorry, in a hybrid environment, if you have on-premise DLs, you can still migrate them to groups in the cloud. It will require a downtime right now through the tool. So if you have a DL alias, so you can put in the DL alias. What you can do is this tool will create a backup, and inside the backup you will have all the DL information, like the SMTP address, the owners, members, all the different properties of the DLs, and also the member information. And you can load up, once you create the backup, you can then, as a second step, you can go and create a group. So to create the group, you'll have to load the backup file, and you can actually click on the view members to list all the members. You can check if all the members are available in the backup, and then you can go ahead and enter the group name and create a group. Does the tool? No, it creates a backup. It's a backup of the DL, and then the backup can be loaded in the second step, and you can provide a name of the group, and if you create the group, it is going to create an equivalent group, but with a different SMTP address, display name, and alias. So it's not going to be the same. So in the on-premise, if you have the on-premise DL, what you can do is you can actually, after this step is done, after the group is created, you can just go ahead and delete the DL. And once you delete the DL, it takes a few hours for the deletion to sync to the cloud. And that is the downtime that we are talking about. It's about 8 to 12 hours, depending on how big your organization is and how many DLs you have and so on. So after the AID Connect sync happens, it syncs the DL to the cloud, and the deletion of the DL to the cloud, and the DL gets deleted from the cloud as well. Once that happens, the footprint of the DL is gone from your organization. Now you can use the SMTP address, display name, alias of the deleted DL and stamp it on the group itself. You can change the group's name, group's display name, group's alias, and the group's SMTP address. And then once you do that, you can start using the unified group.
So once the group is created, would it show up in the on-prem address book?
Yeah, it will again get synced back into your on-prem as a DL, and then it will start showing up in your on-prem address book. Resolving. Yes. Yeah, it's a manual process. You'll have to do it manually. The tool. I see. No, it is not supported right now through this tool. So we'll look at the roadmap where we'll explain what is going to happen next. So you'll get a script in the future where you can do this without a lot of downtime and without having to do any manual work. So that's something that will come in the future. It is a free tool. You can download it from GitHub right now and build it yourself. We are also planning to see if we can release it as an executable, but that's also coming in the future, not now. Yes, the nested groups are not eligible. So if you look at the list of groups, this particular tool, yeah, this particular tool will not migrate a nested DL. I mean, actually, you're not really doing any migration here. All you're doing is you're creating a group, equivalent group through this tool. And the rest of the things, you're doing it manually based on the steps. Mail-enabled security groups are not supported right now for migration. We don't migrate the mail-enabled security groups into groups. Dynamic DLs is also coming soon. Okay, so we'll walk through another feature that we have, which we talked about. If you have a group and if you have a DL, and if you want to just migrate all the members of the DL into the group, then what you can do is you can actually go into your Outlook Web Access or Outlook and basically enter the distribution list, the name of the distribution list, and search that in the directory. And then once you search that, it'll expand all the members in this list, in the add members list. And you can decide to either remove them from this list or keep them. And then once you hit save, the members will be migrated into the group. So this is another option you can use to migrate your members into the Office 365 group from a DL. So we'll also look at the roadmap now. So from a DL parity is concerned, like if you look at these two tables on what is there today and what is planned, what is there today is actually like huge. We've released a number of features to close on the gap between distribution lists and groups. So all the features that are in the top section, they are available or it's getting rolled out, and it will be soon available for you. So the DL parity features like send as, send on behalf of, sender restrictions are all getting rolled out, or for some of you it might be already available. And in the bottom section, these are the planned things that we want to do. One is the nested membership groups that we are working on, and we are looking at how to enable it pretty soon. So once that comes up, then we'll also provide a script or enable the script to migrate nested DLs. And we'll also look at how to migrate on-prem DLs, which we talked about earlier, without having to do all the manual steps, and then without having to go through the downtime, a huge downtime that we are seeing today. And then finally, we'll also migrate the dynamic DLs. We'll get you a script which will migrate the dynamic DLs. Yeah. So there are multiple sessions which actually talk about all the group capabilities, specifically the yesterday's session on Manage Office 365 groups. If you missed it, you can watch the recording. It talks about a lot of IT admin capabilities that we enabled in detail. And both Loveleen and I are available on the booth, Office 365 groups booth. And you can always reach out to us, and if you have any questions, we are there to answer you. So thank you for attending the session, and if you have any questions, please talk to us.